Hello. We're on day 84 of our Through the New Testament in 1 year. Today we're going to read more of Luke chapter 2, where Jesus was born. In 8 days they took him to the temple. And this is Simeon's prophetic praise. There was a man in Jerusalem whose name was Simeon. The man was righteous and devout, looking forward to Israel's consolation. And the Holy Spirit was on him. It had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he would not see death before he saw the Lord's Messiah. Guided by the Spirit, he entered the temple complex. When the parents brought the child Jesus to perform for him what was customary under the law, Simeon took him up in his arms and praised God and said, "Now, Master, you can dismiss your slave in peace, as you promised, for my eyes have seen your salvation, and you have prepared it in the presence of all peoples, a light for revelation to the Gentiles," that's us, right? Or nations, "and glory to your people Israel." His father and mother were amazed at what was being said about him. Then Simeon blessed them and told his mother Mary, "Indeed, this child is destined to cause the fall and rise of many in Israel, and to be a sign that will be opposed. A sword will pierce your own soul, that the thoughts of many hearts will be revealed." Sword will pierce your own soul. Anna's testimony. There was also a prophetess, Anna, a daughter of Phanuel of the tribe of Asher. She was well along in years, having lived with her husband 7 years after her marriage, and was a widow for 84 years. Wow. She did not leave the temple complex, serving God night and day with fasting and prayers. At that very moment she came up and began to thank God and to speak about him to all who were looking forward to the redemption of Jerusalem. Families returned to Nazareth. When they had completed everything according to the law of the Lord, they returned to Galilee, to their own town of Nazareth. The boy grew up and became strong, filled with wisdom, and God's grace was on him. As it says in the other ones that they were told to flee to Egypt, and they lived there for about 8 years. Right? Every year his parents traveled to Jerusalem for the Passover festival. When he was 12 years old, they went up according to the custom of the festival. After those days were over, as they were returning, the boy Jesus stayed behind in Jerusalem, but his parents did not know it. Assuming he was in the traveling party that went a day's journey, they began looking for him among their relatives and friends. When they did not find him, they returned to Jerusalem to search for him. After 3 days, they found him in the temple complex, sitting among the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. And all those who heard him were astounded at his understanding and his answers. When his parents saw him, they were astonished, and his mother said to him, "Son, why have you treated us like this? Your father and I have been anxiously searching for you." "Why were you searching for me?" he asked him. "Didn't you know that I had to be in my father's house?" But they did not understand what he said to them. Then he went down with them and came to Nazareth and was obedient to them. His mother kept all these things in her heart, and Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and with people. There you go. So that's chapter 2. Mark that as complete. I'll look at tomorrow. Tomorrow is Luke 3, right? The whole chapter. Wow. Unusual, right? Right? So, interesting. Sometimes you just want to read ahead, right? So, there you go. Short study. Finished chapter 2. And it is interesting that Luke says they returned to Nazareth and he grew up there. And the other Gospels said they fled to Egypt and were there for 8 years. Right? And it talks about Herod and killing all the children. And but different. They're both truth? Yes, they're both true. But different people remember different things, okay? And are led by what the Spirit tells them to write. So, there you have it. That was day 84, and tomorrow we'll do day 85, okay? Catch up on any may I missed. Give us a like if you think about it. But tomorrow we'll continue. See you then.